It's time now for the Beer Chill Saturday Morning News on this Saturday morning, December 5th, 2015. Good morning to you all. This lovely Saturday morning, Saturday, the 5th of December, 2015. Here are your news headlines here at 8:01 and in the morning time. And the top straight is an online radio broadcast Saturday by the Islamic State. The group said that two supporters had carried out the attacks in San Bernardino, but short of referring to the couple as members. Meanwhile, in Washington, President Obama edged closer Saturday to the court of the shooting in San Bernardino, California, that killed 14 people in a terrorist attack, but stuck to his prescription to advance to prevent such tragedies was gun limits. Baghdad, Iraqi President Fuad Bassam on Saturday called the deployment of several hundred Turkish troops inside Iraq near the northern city Mosul a violation of international norms and law. NASA released a clear image yet of the surface of Pluto. The Pluto shows that the mountainous shoreline of Sputnik plan. Moscow, hundreds of long-distance truckers blocked the lengthy section of the ring road to the capital on Friday to protest a new national toll on the first sign that Russia's economic woes might be eroding in the broad support for the president. London, British bombers made their second round of strikes at Islamic State targets in Syria late on Friday, again hit in oil fields as British Defense Minister Michael Fallon said on Saturday. A forensics examiner checked the gate at the nightclub in Egypt that was firebombed on Friday in Cairo, killing everyone inside, with 16 dead in the nightclub firebombing. Delhi Chief Minister and Amdri Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal spoke at the 30th Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, as he said that they are winning Punjab. The number of young French people who hope to join the military is tripled in the wake of the country's terror attacks, according to official figures. In Johnson, Iowa, Ted Cruz stood on Friday in an shooting range here was assault rifles and headed guns were displayed out of the walls of the boxes that ammunition were stacked up for sale delivered top fall into this week's massacre in California. Trump has always appealed to bigots as dressed to the Jewish closer to city was an anti-Semitic himself. New York Times has published a front page editorial call for the stricter gun control followed in a series of high-profile mass shootings that have rattled the nation and involved a long-standing disagreement over how. Albuquerque, New Mexico, the three teenagers have returned from the night of drinking at a house party where the youngest of them said they decided to attack the homeless man sleeping in the vacant lot first with a winter table egg with cinder blocks. Washington, Philadelphia, Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen has evidence of the U.S. labor market health, but she wanted to order to raise benchmark interest rates for the first time in a decade this month, but she may have a tougher time settling further. New York this week's back-to-back everyday sell-off might have been a chance to ride a U.S. stocks rally toward the end of the year amid the Goldilocks economy story of strong jobs market and fall in oil prices. Vienna, OPEC members have failed to agree to oil production ceiling on Friday in a meeting that ended in October after Iran said it would not consider any production curbs until the resource effort scaled back for the years under Western sanctions. On Friday, Amazon announced it was thousands of trails on it as a part of a truck-to-trail that stores its cargo in order to ensure timely movement of products since its American week continues its speedy growth. Scientists have amazed to find that huge baby galaxies were being swallowed by not a dark matter. Scientists have made an amazing discovery of huge knot of giant galaxies from the beginning of the universe completely surrounded by a large. When the International Court of Justice ruled early last year that Japan's zero whaling expedition in the Southern Ocean were clearly not for the scientific purpose of claim were therefore illegal, maybe during hope that it ended to come. Thanks to a rare genetic defect, a few lucky people unlucky depend on your perspective on what it's like to feel like an energy because their bodies lack the ability. New York University confirmed Blue Mountain Capital Control daughters of charity months in another attempt to help the Catholic hospital group the daughters of charity health system had fallen through. Los Angeles, a wide in the U.S. equal epic slam sales of Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated, the company said Friday as after federal 40 days report that states the people have now contracted food poisoning. Tried in New Jersey, U.S. regulators have approved the first generic version of one of the very effective, expensive cancer drugs, Clinic, which costs about $10,000 a month. An early morning rollover in Boston when they're trapped at Blue Hill Avenue at Franklin Park, as it's near the clubhouse in Jewish where veterans drive. Peter Chaladusa, 806, tada for our sports report here. The Boston Bruins put up a good effort, but it was not enough as they fall to the Calgary Flames 5-4 in overtime as the Bruins at least gained a point out of the overtime loss. Here, next up, they'll be out in Vancouver for a date with your Vancouver Canucks. Game time, 10 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock third time. Wall. The Boston Celtics will be down in San Antonio, taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Game time, 8:30 p.m., which is 7:30 p.m. third time. Nearly 3 decades have passed since the Los Angeles Dodgers played in the World Series. The last time, 1988, Friday, they're at least put their fans with a great morning in the actual side. Turns out a 36-year-old Zach Greinke is worth $31 million. He says they go hard line. Pierre Chaladusa, 806. It's time out for Trevor reported this Saturday morning. State of Rhode Island, it's looking good here. Worcester area highways there, looking good here. 93 on the southbound side. We got it accident here. In Tewksbury, on 93 on the southbound side before Route 125, so expect delays on 93 on the southbound side between 133 in Tewksbury to 125 in North Andover here. But everything in Massachusetts is looking good here. And all the highways in New Hampshire, Maine are looking good except 293 on the westbound side. A little so after Everett Turnback in Manchester, New Hampshire here. Okay, let's take a look at the MBTA alerts here. Buses will place a red line service between JFK, UMass, and Quincy Center stations on December 5th, 6th, from the start to the end of the service. Commuter Rail, Worcester Line, train 1501, 6 a.m. is up and it's operating 5 to 10 minutes late between Wellesley Square and Worcester due to track work and bus connections. And the ferries, they are looking good. Here, Chaladusa, out 8:08 in the morning time on this Saturday morning. Tada for water report for today. Says guys have about 57 degrees. North west at about 5 miles an hour. Becoming comedy in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly coast got about 30 degrees. Calm wind. Sunday, says got about 6 degrees. Calm wind becoming southwest at 5 to 7 miles an hour in the morning. Here, Saturday night, most coast got about 32 degrees. Light southwest wind. Monday, Saturday, got about 55 degrees. A lot of variable wind becoming westbound 5 miles an hour. Here, from Monday night, slight change should wait after midnight. Podcast got about 32 degrees and chest base to 20%. Tuesday, most skies got about 46 degrees. Tuesday, most skies got about 30 degrees. Wednesday, most skies got about 44 degrees. Wednesday, most skies got about 32 degrees. Thursday, most skies about 48 degrees. Friday night, most skies got about 37 degrees. And for Friday, most skies about 50 degrees. Currently, you're not near 30 degrees. For first guys, remember the 80% of that is going to be it by Peter Channel. Saturday morning news on this Saturday morning, December 5th, 2015. I hope you have a good day with a good bye today to the year.